back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a haul video, a collective haul of some splurging I did the other night. I'm going to be brutally honest. This is quite frankly, like in one particular shopping trip, the most amount of money I've ever spent on makeup, period. I usually don't really creep towards the high-end designer labels because I feel like there are a lot of professional brands that fill that void so that I don't have to spend $60, $70 on a foundation and then I get a pro discount. But some of those designer brands, they just, every once in a while, they just kind of creep and crawl on us. Charlotte Tilbury has been highly raved about and praised in the beauty world ever since this line launched, and I had been really eager to get my hands on it and try some of the staple products that everyone is raving about, but I do typically like to wait until something's been around for a while just to make sure it's not a fad or a trend, and I just don't hop on too quickly before I spend my hard-earned money. But I went ahead and I finally did the splurge, and then I also bought a couple other things that I will talk about a little bit later on in the video. The first item was highest on my list, and it is the Goddess Skin Clay Mask. It claims to visibly lift, smooth, brighten, and tightens pores for baby skin. So I went out, I got this one. This was the one item that I was looking forward to trying the most, and I had to try it that night. I couldn't resist. I couldn't do a first impressions on some of these things, guys, because I just was like, I need to try it now. So I will say that if you are looking for something that's going to improve the overall tone and texture of the skin, honey, what are you waiting for? Literally, my skin, it almost kind of has like a warm sense, not when you apply the mask, but you apply the mask, keep it on for about 10 minutes. It feels kind of lotiony. It does not feel like a lot of other masks that I have currently in my medicine cabinet. And the one thing that I notice is when you wash it off, it melts off like amazingly. Some masks take like 5, 10, 20 rinses to where there's still residue on my skin, but it just glides off beautifully, and my skin has this weird warm feel. It's very hard to explain. You just have to try it. I'm not sure if you can go to a department store before you splurge and maybe try a sample of it, because they do give samples of some products. Maybe this might be one of them, but I love the way that this makes my skin feel. This has to be up there with my favorite mask right now at the moment. After I use my NUME mask, actually no, I'll use this mask first, and then I will put on my little Daft Punk mask you guys saw me review last week, and the texture and feeling of the skin is just baby soft. I have to go back and double check about pores. I haven't really tested it on that end, but you apply the mask, like I said, put it on 10 minutes, rinse it. They advise you to rinse it off do like a cool splash, and that's supposed to help tighten your pores anyway. So this one so far from me gets thumbs up. And by the way, I don't want anybody to get sticker shock, but this is a high-end, very expensive line of makeup, and that mask, I'm not proud to admit, was $70. It was $70. It was a $70 mask. I actually didn't know that when I bought it, so we're both finding out for the first time. So anyway, but it's worth it. I'm sorry, it's worth it. Skin, you gotta really splurge on the skincare stuff. I'm a big avid believer in kind of like finding a middle ground. If that was any more than what that cost, I don't think it would be worth it, but $70, it's kind of pushing the boundary a little, but it is worth it. Unfortunately, it is worth it. Now, the rest of the stuff is completely new to me. I have not actually worn it. Stuff that I swatched in the store. I wanted everything to be first time for you guys. The next item is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow Face Sculpt and Highlight Palette. Now, if you look at this, I open it. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing sculpting with this anytime soon. Duh, because hello, these are like both highlight colors. But they just have this beautiful, almost kind of, well, at least the sculpting side. I feel like the sculpting side would make a beautiful matte finish highlight on medium to darker skin tones. And then the highlight is just like this 24 karat bright, beautiful yellow bronze gold highlight. And this is said to be one of the most highly raved about popular products. And if you guys don't know, Charlotte Tilbury is actually like one of the biggest worldwide makeup artists of our time period. So this is a person that obviously knows what products look good on film, camera, photograph beautifully, and it's just working. Like nobody's gonna know what products stand up better on camera than a working makeup artist herself. So Charlotte Tilbury is by no means a name that's not a secret to the fashion industry. So, and she's got some die-hard stuff. So that was one of the biggest die-hard raved about products. So I cannot wait to really start playing and shading and sculpting with that product. I picked up 2 of the Eyes to Mesmerize. These are kind of like cream-based eyeshadows or gel liners, however you want to look at them. The first one that I have here is in Cleopatra. I was naturally drawn to this one just because it's so deep and pearlescent. Gorgeous teal colors. Teal always looks amazing on dark skin. Like you just cannot go wrong. And every single variation of this color that I see in a cream eyeshadow form, I always have to have it. It's just one of my favorite staple colors, even though I don't really wear it a lot. I don't know why. I'm just like, I've become, as I get older, I've become such a like neutrals and cool tone girl, but that is where my heart is. Please believe that will be getting used. And then this next item, I was totally ready to like pass up, walk by, not even paying attention to it. And then it was the last thing I picked up. It just caught my eye out of nowhere. I don't know why, but it's another cream eyeshadow base in Mona Lisa. And I was like, wait, what is that? What is that? This is like the perfect taupey. It's like somewhere between a taupe and a bronze. It's so pretty. If you have a really good eye for color, you can see there's a little bit of purple in there, a little bit of purple cool undertone, but this on its own is about to be my everyday color. This right here, it's so pretty, super creamy to touch and pigmented. And I love that because it just, like I said, it goes with a lot of everyday colors that I like. Rose golds, bronzy colors, and on dark skin, you can't lose. I wanted to try the lip liners, but like most of them just didn't seem like they would read dark enough on my skin tone. I really was hoping that I could find some good neutrals that I can wear with like everyday lip colors, but like I said, they were just too light. So I did pick up one lipstick. This one is called Hepburn Honey, and it's just, of course, it's a nude pink, and it's just so pretty. It's just like a nude peachy pink, totally everyday wearable, and it's super pigmented, creamy to touch. Actually, this is more of like a peach. It's somewhere between a peachy and a nude pink, but I really like that color. That was the one that stuck out to me the most. I picked up the Dolce Vita Luxury Eyeshadow Quad, and I actually, contrary to what everybody else was raving about, like the most popular one, I actually wanted to try something that's a little bit different, because the most popular one looked too much like the billions of other eyeshadows that I already have. So I picked up this one. It has kind of like a cranberry color in there, a champagne, a bronzy gold, and a kind of olivey taupe color. And the bronzy colors, the glittery gold colors that you see in these palettes remind me a lot of the ones from Tom Ford. They have like that chunky, super glittery, high glitter consistency, which I love because they just make the eyes look almost kind of like shiny and wet. And from what I swatched in the store, I was extremely impressed. So the name of this palette is called the Dolce Vita, and the palettes are called the Luxury Palette Color Coded Eyeshadows, which is too long for my liking, but it's a quad. You basically get 4 eyeshadows, and it's got about 5 grams in here in this one quad. The last 2 items that I picked up were home care items, things that I would use for around the house. There are some candles. You guys know I love me some candles. Now I'm just fine with the everyday Bath and Body Works, especially when they're on sale, 2 for $24, 2 for $22, whatever it is. But I was recently gifted a candle from Urban Decay by a company called Diptyque. And apparently they're extremely expensive, but I cannot help how drawn I was to the scents and how potent their candles were. So I still have the candle now. I haven't even put a dent in it because I'm so like afraid to light it, but it smells so good. And there's just no, almost, I mean, Bath and Body Works come close, but there's almost no comparison between a high-end candle that has like real infused scents in it versus what you get at the mall. And don't get me wrong, like I said, y'all know I love me some Bath and Body Works, and they still are my favorites, but this line, Diptyque, is a higher end kind of line, and they'll put a dent. I'm not saying have your whole house infused with their candles, but ones that they do have, Lord, girl. So yeah, the name is called Diptyque, and this candle in particular is called Amber. So I'm a huge, oh my God, as soon as you open the box, you can smell it. It's like, oh, it's so strong. It almost hurts to smell it because it's so potent. It smells like, this line, from all the candles that I've smelled from this line, they're quite masculine. So they almost smell like a men's cologne, but I find that those burn better, and they burn a long time, because I burn that candle like every other night. The one that I have now, I've had it for about 2 weeks, and it's barely, like I said, barely put a dent in the wax. I wish I could describe the scents to you, but if you're familiar with Amber, you'll know it's kind of like a musky, vanilla infused. It's quite sweet, but sweet for a masculine scent, if that makes sense. So I really like this candle. And then the last two things that I picked up are going to be some things that I'm going to be putting in my guest bathroom, things that I'm not going to burn in my bedroom. But this is from Jo Malone. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with their line. Oh, their candles though are bomb. Sorry, if you've smelt them, then you know it hurts when you get to that checkout line, but it's so worth it. So this one is called, the scent of this one is wood sage and sea salt. Just like I said earlier, you definitely get what you pay for, from the way that they present the product to you, to the longevity of how long these candles burn. I never thought that I would be drawn to like a wooden or like a sea salt, but it just gives like a very, I wouldn't really say that this is seasonal appropriate, because it's summer, you're gonna get more sweet, sugary smells. This is definitely a fall winter scent, but I cannot help the fact that I'm so drawn to this candle. And then I bought a hand cream that I'm also going to be putting in my guest bathroom. It's Wild Fig and Cassis. These lotions, if you've ever tried anything from Jo Malone, will linger on your hands for hours. I picked up 2 samples of some products. One of them is the Wonder Glow from Charlotte. I could not bring myself to buy it, even though everyone is swearing by this product, but it's basically just a liquid highlighter that you can use on the body. You can mix it with moisturizers, foundations, whatever your little heart desires. You pay for it, who cares? Put it in your food if you want. Don't actually do that, I'm just kidding. But it was just one of the products that I just couldn't bring myself to buy, so I got a sample of it. And then the next product is actually a product that I've been shade matched for before. I'm not sure if they've changed the shade range, but I couldn't find something that I was completely hooked or drawn on. This is the Luminous Silk Foundation from Giorgio Armani, and they have a shade 10, and then they have a shade 11.5, and there's no in between, which I find kind of odd, because the last time I swatched for this foundation, I remember having an exact shade. So I don't know if it's just because I got darker a couple weeks ago when I went to Florida or what, but I ended up just getting a shade of the lighter one, and it's a little warm, so, and it's like just a hair, in my opinion, too light on me, but I just feel like the 11.5 was too deep and too rich on my skin tone. So I'm gonna try the 10 and see if it oxidizes, and then if not, maybe I'll have to check another location, because I just can't see what, maybe you guys know, if you guys are users of that foundation, I can't see why it would jump 1.5 whole numbers and not have a half shade in between of some sort. So I don't know, but anyway, that is the end of my quick little mini haul. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and let me know how you feel about the setup. I've been wanting to shoot in my bedroom for a couple of months now, and I've just never gotten a chance to do it. I just recently moved, if you don't know. So this is the new crib, something different outside of the makeup room that you guys see, just different atmosphere. I got a couple more new shooting locations that I'm gonna just surprise you guys with. But anyway, like I said, I really hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have questions about any of the products that I talked about today, please don't hesitate to ask, and let me know what your favorites are from any of these lines. Charlotte, Giorgio Armani, or Diptyque, the candles, Jo Malone, whatever. Let's just talk about makeup. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.